Hi everyone, welcome to A Bookish Heart with Shauna. This is my new video since it's just basically a summer update since I haven't posted a video yet. I don't think I've posted any videos yet in July. Well, it's been a while anyway. So, I have 2 book reviews to do, but I'll be posting those in separate videos. I don't want to make this one way too long. I don't want to make like a 30-minute video, so I have 2 books to talk about, so check for those reviews. This one is just basically a general update and July news, what I've been reading lately. So yeah, one thing that's exciting, I went to my local library. Shout out to the Renfrew Public Library in Renfrew, Ontario. I signed up for the Adult Summer Reading Club. This is the brochure they gave me for it. It says Adult Summer Reading Challenge, and it looks pretty cool. I was looking it over. I just signed up for this maybe 2 days ago. So it has all these prompts inside, and then it has like blank spaces and the numbers. So you don't have to read them in order. You just read like a book that fits each of the prompts, and then you fill it in. And it says, okay, book themes do not have to be completed in order. There's going to be a midsummer book discussion date to be announced. So I guess halfway through the summer, they're just gonna have a meeting and talk about what people are reading and like a little book chat, so that sounds fun. Then it says the reading log must be returned to the library by August 30th to be entered in the draw. And this reading challenge is June 24th to August 30th. So basically, any books that you read between those dates, if they fit one of the prompts, you fill it in, and then I guess we hand this in at the end of the summer, and you can win some prizes. So that sounds kind of fun. I've already done 2 of the prompts. I'll read you the prompts for it. It looks really interesting. If anybody else doesn't have a reading challenge to do yet and wants to follow along for fun, here's some prompts. It says, ready, set, read. Number 1. Good as Gold. Read an award winner. If you have any suggestions for that one, if you have any suggestions for books for any of these prompts that I haven't completed yet, I would greatly appreciate it. Number 2, The Book is Better. Read a book that has been made into a movie or TV show. I'm thinking of reading The 100. I have that book, which is obviously a TV series now, so I might read that one. Number 3, Short and Sweet. Read a book under 100 pages. That's going to be tricky. A lot of the short books that I have are like 102 pages. Like I was at the library and I was picking up some short books, but they were just over 100 pages, and it says under 100 pages. So, I mean, I'm sure I could count it if it was like 101 pages, but I want to be accurate, so yeah. Number 4 says, In the Friend Zone. Read a book recommended by a friend. Number 5, It Takes Two. Read a co-authored book. Number 6, Wheel of Format. Read a book in a different format, like a graphic novel, play, poetry, audiobook, etc. Number 7, New Voices. Read a debut novel. I've completed that one, which was We Hunt the Flame, the Owl Crate book from May, I think, by Hafsa Faisal, which is one of the books I'm going to be doing a book review on shortly. So that one's completed. The number 8 prompt, Past Love. Reread a book you loved when you were younger, at least 10 years ago. Number 9, Travel Through the Pages. Read a book set in a location you'd like to visit. I've also completed that one. One of the books, the second book that I want to do a book review on, which was a library book that I read at the end of the summer. I completed it around June 30th, so it does count, because this starts June 24th, and that is The Raven Boys. So there's one location in there that I would love to visit, so I counted that for that prompt. Number 10, Stranger Than Fiction. Read a non-fiction book published in the last 3 years. So those are all the prompts. And then it has extra prompts, like those you have to complete those 10 prompts, I guess, to enter in the draw, because then it has a page for extra prompts. It says, finish those, move on to our expert reading challenge. These titles count for 2 entries each. So I guess, like, if you complete each of the prompts that you complete in the first 10 gives you 1 entry into a draw or something. And then the ones from the expert challenge give you 2 entries each, but you have to do them after if you complete all 10 of the first ones. So that one says, number 11, stay a while. Read a book with more than 400 pages. Number 12, tongue-tied. Read a translated book. Number 13, no place like home. Read a local book, either local author or local location. Number 14, primary. Read a book with a color or a number in its title. Number 15, sleep with the lights on. Read a thriller or horror book. So that's pretty much it. So I have this here. I'm keeping it on my end table, so every time I finish a book, I can see if it fits any of those prompts. So I have 2 prompts out of the 10 done so far, so if you have any recommendations for any of the other ones, please drop them below. The second thing I wanted to talk about, which I'm so excited about, I got some new bookshelves. I have so many books and nowhere to put them, and most of my books have been in tote bins or in boxes in my basement. I actually had a flood in my basement this spring, and a couple of my books that were in cardboard boxes got ruined, or books that had fallen on the floor, they got wet and moldy, so I had to throw them out, which is really heartbreaking for me to throw out books because I love books. And I also wanted to get my shelf so I could display my books, because books deserves to be displayed, not thrown in boxes. And also, a lot of book lovers or book collectors would probably have this problem and understand. If I have so many books and they're not displayed, it's hard for me to remember which ones I own. So sometimes I'll buy a book at a thrift store, or someone will give me a book, and I'll be like, oh yeah, thanks, and I'll put it somewhere, and then I don't realize that I already have a copy of that until I sort through all my books, and I'm like, why do I have 3 copies of The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe? Or why do I have 2 copies of this book? So yeah, so I got brand new bookshelves. That's what I wanted to show you guys. I ordered them online from Walmart. They are 6-foot shelves. Here's one, which is in my bedroom. The other one is in the living room, and my lovely fiance built them for me and put them together, but I haven't put the shelves on the second one yet. I'm working on filling this one first. I have to go, I want to have them in a certain order. So this shelf here is all nonfiction. Above that is just random books. The shelf down here, this is my Calvin and Hobbes comics, and these are all memoirs, like The Glass Castle, Frank McCourt books, yeah, basically all like memoirs. The bottom shelf, there's not much on it yet. And then the top shelf, I don't know if you can't see it in the video, but the top 2 shelves are just random books. The top one is all hardcover, and the one below that all paperback, just random books that don't really fit anywhere else. And on the top of it, I have my bookends from the last Owl Crate box that I've put on top of it. This is my small bookshelf that I had in my room for a while now. It's a lot smaller. It's, I think, where's the small one there? See it? It's a 3-shelf one. So, but I'm trying to rearrange all those books too. So it's not, that one has bookends on top of it also. And there's piles of books on my floor that I still have to go through. This bookshelf I actually was very disappointed with, this bookshelf that I got on Walmart, the tall one, because I didn't realize it was only a 5-shelf bookshelf. Okay, I ordered it and I'm like, oh great, it's on sale, and I thought it was a good price. Now I know why it's a good price. I don't know if I'm just being too picky, but to me, a 6-foot bookshelf should have 6 shelves. Like, all the shelves need to be a foot apart. When it only had 5 shelves on it, I found I was looking at it and I was like, no, something is really strange. And then the bottom, like I tried to space them out evenly, but then it's like I ran out of shelves. Like the bottom 2 shelves were way too far apart. So I was putting these books there, and there was like a good, even my tall books were standing up, and there was a good 5 or 6 inches of clearance from the top of the book to the bottom of the next shelf. And that's a lot of wasted space. Like, I'm like, I could have almost had another shelf there and put more books on top of it. So, and I didn't want to lay my books down. I don't like stacking books like that, like where, like stack them kind of like, horizontally like that on the shelf, this way. I like them this way, because when they're like this, you can obviously stack them on the shelf, but I find it looks messy, it's hard to get the right one out, and it puts a lot of pressure on the shelves, and the shelves can start to bend. But I did not like it with 5 shelves. I was upset. So, they do have 6 shelf ones, which are a little more expensive, but I would definitely buy those next time. Luckily, I was able to make this one into a 6 shelf bookshelf, and see, they're perfectly spaced. There's 6 shelves there, because about a year ago, I had a smaller bookshelf in one of my kids' rooms that broke. So I had to throw out the bookshelf, but my fiance was smart enough to keep the wood, like the wooden part of the shelves. So, and it just happened to fit this bookshelf. I guess they're like, most of this cheap shelves are like a standard width, and it fit them, so I was able to use that, and it was the exact same color, which was perfect, so I was able to use that shelf. And it blends in perfectly. All I had to do is go to the hardware store and buy 4 of those little, like the little metal pegs that hold the bookshelf up. And I was good to go, and that cost me about $1.50, and I was able to make it a 6-foot bookshelf instead of paying for one. So that was nice. So that's pretty much it for this video. I'm going to be posting 2 book reviews soon, so one for Raven Boys and one for We Hunt the Flame. So please check back, and right now I'm reading The Never Open Desert Diner by James Anderson. I actually found it, as you can tell by the sticker, I found it in a bargain bin at the grocery store that I work at. And it seems pretty good so far. It's not a YA fantasy, which is what I've been reading a lot of lately. It's a nice change. It's, about this cop who basically finds this desert diner, and there's a mystery and a ghost town, and it's kind of like a cop thriller mystery. I don't know yet, I'm not that far into it. Sometimes I like, and I might do a review of this book when I'm done it, sometimes I like to read books that are not as popular, or ones that are not well known, because you never know when you'll pick up a book and you'll think, oh, I don't like this one, it's not going to be good, or it looks boring, and then it's like sitting abandoned on some shelf somewhere, and it's not one of the popular books that everyone's talking about, and then you'll read it and it's like your favorite, or it's just a gem. Like, you just never know. So, and people watching this video could get some different recommendations. I watch a lot of YouTube videos from people talking about book reviews, and while I do love the videos, and I've gotten so many good recommendations from them, and it makes my to-be-read list constantly keep growing. At the same time, I think there's some of the reviewers, like the books overlap, and there's so many books that are talked about by the same books that are talked about by so many different people. And there's so many books that are never talked about that I know are so good, so I'm like, what about those ones? Sometimes it's nice to hear something different, to think, oh, I would never have read that, but that might be interesting to read. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, so yeah, I guess that's all I was gonna say for now. If you have any comments, please, I need some more comments on my channel. Please share my channel and this video with your friends. Comment some book recommendations for the prompts I suggested. I think I had mentioned at the end of my June wrap-up video that about some other readathons I was going to do. I've now put those aside. The only summer reading challenge I'm going to be doing is the one for my book club. I just found it too much. Like I was going to do the Harry Potter one, the Biblio Games I was going to do, and then I was going to do the Harry Potter one called the Owls and the Newts. It's like 2-stage where you earn your OWLs, and then you earn the NWET challenge that you can pass. There was also one other one I was thinking of doing, but yeah, I've decided not to do those, so I'm just going to be doing the summer reading challenge from my library. So if you have any recommendations, or you just want to comment on any of the books I've read or ask any questions, please comment below. Looking forward to hearing all your thoughts. And yeah, have a great day, everyone.
That's all, folks.